Welcome back to Car Stories through Diecast. Today we're going to look at the Porsche 935 that won LeMans in 1979. This is a tarmac. I was really lucky to find this. Didn't even know it existed. But let's talk about the story. So the story starts with some brothers, the Whittington brothers. There's three of them, Don, Bill, not sure who the younger brother was, but they were adrenaline junkies. They raced airplanes, and they even had their own airplane rental company. So anyhow, they flew, or they didn't fly. Well, they somehow ended up going to Le Mans. They wanted to race, and back then they had 3 drivers per car because they're racing 24 hours, so maybe eight and eight. I don't know how they did it, but so they get there and they join this Kremer Racing. They're from Germany. They drove the Porsches from Germany to France where the racetrack was. And so they said, yeah, we want to race. So the owner said, okay, it's $20,000 each. $40,000 between both of them to race. So they paid it, and they became the second and third driver. And then when they had their meeting before the race, Kramer said, okay, I'm going to have my driver, the pro. Claus is going to go first, and then Bill, and then you, Don. And they're, no, wait. What if he wrecks the car? We paid 40 grand not to be able to drive. The money's wasted. And he's like, well, that's racing. That's tough. That's what it is. And he said, they said, well, how can we go first? And Kramer just to shut him up, said, "Oh, you got to buy the car." And they're like, "Well, how much?" And he's like, $200,000, just to, shut him up. They're like, "Okay, all right." Follow us up to the trailer, and we'll get to our duffel bag and pull out $200,000 cash. Boom, here you go. All right. So they race, and they end up winning. And so they ended up winning the 1979 Le Mans, and everybody's like wondering where they got their money from. And they bought a racetrack called Road Atlanta, and it had one of the rare racetracks. It had a super gigantic long straightway, so planes can land it. It's like a, you know. So they had these planes that they would fly from like Colombia and all these different places, and right near the Paris airport, or near an airport near there, they would fly them like this at nighttime, and one would land on the track and the other one would land at the actual airport, so that it could be unnoticed. And then they had these storage units way in the back that nobody was allowed to get to, and that's where they just stashed all these drugs. People are saying weed. I got it. It's 79. Some people are saying it was cocaine. I'm not sure. If it's coming from Colombia, it had to be cocaine, I'm guessing. And anyhow, it was probably both. Anyhow, they ended up taking the car back to America, and they painted it yellow and put their own logos on there. And they didn't have no sponsors other than the name of their racing team. And they raced the 12 hours of Daytona, 24 hours of Daytona. And when they qualified, they went so fast and just blew everything away. And everybody's like, wow, that's crazy. And years later, the car was going to get refurbished. They ended up getting busted and going to prison and doing their time. And anyhow, this car was getting refurbished. And as they were refurbishing it, they noticed there was a hole in the back of it, and so they opened it up, and they're like, "Well, what do we do with this? There's nothing in there." And they took it to the original builders that built the car, or that worked on the car, and they told them that there was nitrous. That's what they put in there. That was what there was illegal. That's why they were able to go so fast and get that crazy qualifying time at Daytona. And then the car got somehow it got donated to the Indianapolis Auto Museum, Race Museum, and there it is today. And when the brothers got out of prison, they said, no, we loaned it to him, we didn't give it to him. And, well, they lost. They took him to court and they lost, and so I guess it's still there. But this is a tarmac, and yeah, it was tough to find. And that's the story of the Porsche 935 number 41. Hope you enjoyed it.